Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Advice to Think Twice. My name is Monica and I'm here with your weekly advice readings for the week starting November 7th, 2016. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Sorry for these being a little late. I've been catching up on work. And as always, please remember that these are general readings, so they're not going to apply to everybody watching or not in the same way. You can watch your moon and rising sign readings for additional messages, and of course if you're interested in a private reading, the link to my website is always in the description box below. Let's just jump in and see what we have coming up for you, Scorpio. So it looks like a very busy week, or crowded week I should say. Lots of dealing with lots of different people, I feel, or with just one person was being particularly challenging or stubborn. But you know, let's just go through the cards and see what we have. So as your main focus or your current situation, we do have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is a card that talks about a new beginning that comes through you, that comes to you through a new idea, a new perspective, a new way of seeing things, a new way of understanding things, a new vision, basically, okay, that opens up a whole new world of possibilities for you is what may be happening for some of you at this time. The Ace of Swords is also a card of victory, so this could be a decision coming to you that you've been waiting on, and you will be victorious as a result of this decision. This could also be clarity. This could be the truth being revealed, justice being served, feeling a sense of fulfillment and feeling justified is also what I hear with this card. The Ace of Swords can also represent some new information coming in, something being revealed to you, something being offered to you, okay, with the Ace of Swords. There's definitely a sense of seeing things clearly and taking action in that direction, okay? So with this being an ace, it's the potential for a new beginning, okay? So it does come, it can be anything. It can be the potential for a new job, the potential for starting your own business, the potential for starting a new relationship, for starting a new spiritual practice, or a new health and well-being project, or anything like that, okay? It does come with some clarity, okay? First you understand what's going on, or first you do some research and figure out what you want to do in a particular situation, and then you have that beautiful new beginning in terms of, I know what I need to do now. It's clarity that brings you new beginnings. Your main opportunity, we do have the Page of Rods. With the Page of Rods as your main opportunity, okay, this is good news coming your way. Usually shows up as good news when it comes to jobs, good news when it comes to money, good news when it comes to studies and travel. Creative projects as well. It could be good news in terms of a romantic sense, okay, in terms of romantic interest. This usually shows up as online communication, okay, and with the Ace of Swords, it could be the news that you've been waiting to hear, and so that's why you feel victorious, that's why you feel triumphant in this situation. And with the Ace of Swords and the Page of Rods, it can represent reviewing a contract, you know, in terms of starting a new job, or being offered some sort of advancement in your career, whether it's a promotion, whether it's a transfer, you know, filling in for someone, and that being an opportunity to shine. I feel like a lot of information is coming your way. It's good, okay, it's very positive. You do need to take the time to review it and then act on it with this energy. And it can represent, you know, someone new coming in who either wants to partner up with you, offer you a job, work with you, or work with you, you know, in terms of you taking them on as a client. And this could also be someone trying to come into your life in terms of asking you out. And, you know, it could be a fire sign, an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius at this point, or an air sign as well, or maybe they have air in their chart. And air signs are Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And also I feel like this is good news in terms of hearing what you wanted to hear in a situation. So it feels like, you know, having doubts about a situation or having concerns about a situation, and then expressing these concerns, and then the other person explaining what has been going on, and it is what you want to hear, and you figure out that, you know, actually there's nothing to be worried about. You have that clarity. Your main challenge for the week, it is the King of Swords. So with the King of Swords is your main challenge. This could be a difficult character trying to, create obstacles for you, put obstacles in your path. With the King of Swords, this could be an air sign person, a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius that you're dealing with. Maybe this person is being particularly impossible, demanding things from you, or making unrealistic demands or expectations. It could be that, I feel like for some of you, they're trying to offer you something with lots of strings attached, in which case you need to get clarity in that situation. The King of Swords can also be someone like a father figure, someone who is older than you or feels like they're responsible for you. And I feel like they feel that whatever you do, you need to run by them. So perhaps that's something that you may be looking at this week in terms of having that clarifying conversation, regarding, what, I'm not a kid anymore, and this is what I want to do, and this is what I can do because it's my life and I'm an adult, I'm a grown-up, I know what I'm doing. So for some of you, it could be something like that going on. For others, this is the person making this offer to you, but the challenge is there's no emotional connection between you and this person. This person seems very, very distant, very cold, and so that can be very intimidating. But the challenge is just look at the communication, look at the offer they're presenting. Don't look at them as a person, look at them as an individual that you would have to work with. Look at them as a professional. Okay, they may be intimidating, but it doesn't mean that they're a bad person. It's just that they don't really show emotion. So whatever you're not sure of, or you can't get a read off of this person, just ask the question. They're very rational, they're very logical, they appreciate questions, okay? They appreciate that you're trying to find common ground with them. They appreciate you're trying to understand what the situation is and get more detail out of it. So for some of you, that could be going on. Your advice is the Page of Swords. So with the Page of Swords is your advice, okay? It's another page, so it talks about communication. Communication is key for you this week. The Page of Swords says, ask those questions. The Page of Swords says, do your research. Get clarity. Read the fine print, okay? It could be someone trying to rush you so that you don't have the time to read things properly. So this is just saying, you know what? Give yourself the time to read things properly. Give yourself the time to look at the details. Give yourself the time to look at what you're committing to before you commit to it. The Page of Swords is also asking you to keep all communication logical, rational, realistic, okay, professional, diplomatic. Don't bring emotion into it, because I feel like that's not going to go so well, because maybe you're dealing with some people who don't know how to handle their emotions or don't know how to control their emotions. And so a situation that is meant to be strictly professional can turn into something very personal very quickly. And so the Page of Swords just says, first of all, keep communication clear, simple, to the point. Secondly, ask the questions you need to ask and make sure that you are communicating in a very professional, diplomatic way. And I feel like you're going to do just fine this week with the Page of Swords. And of course, pay attention to the details. Definitely pay attention to the details. And in the outcome position, we do have the Chariot, okay? It's called the Mastery card in this deck. The Chariot talks about progress, talks about success, it talks about reaching your goal, manifesting your dream, okay? It is the end of delay, the end of obstacles, the end of procrastination, okay? That's what the Chariot card represents. Moving forward, and moving forward with fire, with determination, with focus. Success coming your way from your hard work, okay? As a result of your hard work and determination. You could definitely be looking at starting new jobs, new levels in your jobs, coming, from all your hard work that you've done previously. Really put yourself on the map, made yourself noticed, made your mark, and as a result, you have this beautiful opportunity. For others, you could be in charge this week, and it's up to you to step up your game and be the boss, and maybe not, everyone's friend. You could be looking at that sort of situation with the King of Swords as your challenge this week. But the Chariot card does represent moving forward, okay? Whether it's physical traveling, or physically like buying something like a home to live in or a car to travel with because of a new situation that is coming up for you at work or with your projects. Or it's talking about very, very significant progress being made for you this week. Lots of success, lots of rewards coming your way this week. So make the best of them and continue to move forward in this determined direction, because you will see more success to follow. So that's your reading. I hope that you enjoy it. I hope it makes sense. And more importantly, I hope that it helps. I look forward to your comments. Thank you so much for being here. I hope everyone has a wonderful week, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.